I've heard of a stage of meditation very concentrated and stable just before jhana called access concentration. Do most people who practice meditation as taught by Bhante Ji, do most people who practice meditation, I guess, taught like as how Bhante Ji teaches it, and do so in a dedicated and consistent manner, reach jhana? So, in terms of access concentration, that's an interesting thing. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, there's 3. I don't see a 3 on this one. Then I would have known. Is this actually separate from jhana? Or is this part of the first jhana? Access concentration is something that doesn't exist in the suttas. It's not talked about. But it's something that's been named and come on later in like commentaries and stuff like that. So, I don't know a lot of the specifics about access concentration. What I've heard Bhante Ji call it is a jhanic quality concentration. So these are concentrations that are not jhana yet, but they have a lot of the qualities of jhana. And so, I think that's something that, in examining my own experience, I felt like I've probably experienced access concentration, but I don't know what to call it. I am not a jhana. I've never been in jhanas. That's the first thing to tell you guys. Like Bhante said, even if I was, I probably couldn't tell you now that I'm a monk. But this is all before. This was as a layperson. I had not, for years I was like, jhana sounds, that's for like advanced meditators. It'll probably take me like till I'm 80 to get to jhanas and all these kind of things. I didn't even study about it. I didn't learn about it. I knew a little bit from the suttas. And for the longest time actually, my practice was not following my breath. Growing up having asthma and allergies and always sniffling and always cloggy, I have a lot of issues with my breath. So I always had trouble following my breath in the beginning. And for the majority of my practice, I was actually what you would call a dry vipassana practitioner. I was just sitting there, observing what's going on, feelings, mind, body, etc. And how I feel like what Sister Dhammadina and what the Buddha says is correct is because doing that practice, all of a sudden one day, I found the breath. Or I should say the breath found me. I was just observing, and that actually builds concentration, and that builds calmness. And all of a sudden I had a breath. And the breath started, and I could tell, I knew for sure that I was not controlling my breath at all. And even to this day, I understand, even though I feel like I'm not controlling my breath, I know deep down in a minuscule way, I'm controlling my breath in one way or another. I can understand this state that I was in. I was able to follow my breath with no problems whatsoever. I noticed no control. And it was actually at my desk at work, before work, that I was visited by a friend. I had a nimitta come to me for the first time. And I knew enough to know what a nimitta is. A nimitta is a sign of concentration. It's a sign that you're about to enter jhana. So I'm in this wonderful, what I would consider access concentration. And I'm feeling happy and I'm following my breath. And all of a sudden the nimitta comes up. And the instant that I knew what it was, I got excited and it went away. That was 4 years ago. I've not seen it since. And then I was like, okay, I got to learn about jhana. I came here and I took I came to the Jhana retreat with Bhante Ji, and now I understood. Basically, I had dumb luck. And you come to the Jhana retreat, it's awesome because Bhante explains to you that there's a specific path, a specific thing that you do, how to get to the jhanas. And the main thing about that, it was a 9-day course. 5 of those days, Bhante was talking about the hindrances. He's not talking about all these fancy things about jhana. The hindrances are the key to jhana. When you subdue the hindrances, jhana comes. So just work on following your breath, observe the hindrances. That's what I do. So, and if I get any further, I can't tell you anymore. So. Okay. So yes, if you follow this way, you'll get there eventually. This life, or maybe many lives in the future, who knows?